start do your intros.
Hi, I'm Nick Lenz from the channel Nick Lenz. I review movies, TV shows, comics, novels, and anime.
I'm Tony Smoller. I review movie, video game. I also watch a little anime. I also review video game and comics. And you get that. Oh, so educated by when you're in top tens.
Yep.
And like I was saying, Studio Organics, they have their own Patreon. Basically, people gave you like Panty and Stocking, Kill La Kill. Yeah, they have their own Patreon now.
Okay.
Because basically, Crunchyroll basically stole what they were doing with their funds. They stole funds which they were supposed to get back to the anime companies, and they used it to produce their own anime instead.
That's messed up.
Which anime what episode they produced?
No. It's called Hot Spice. It's basically what everybody calls an SJW nightmare of an anime.
Oh my god!
Really? Basically, people talk about go on Crunchyroll and look up Hot Spice. They disable all likes. They disable all comments. You can't say nothing about it.
Yeah, of course they do. What am I surprised?
I heard there's one anime actually made by American Production Company. I think it's called Ruby. I think it is. It's
made by Rooster Teeth, and yes, anything by Rooster Teeth is coming out is sort of outsourced, sort of.
Yeah, I think it's spelled RWAY.
Yes, it's RWBY, which spells Ruby, but there's also like Team Orange or something like. It's basically supposed to take the first letter of each name and make a word out of it.
Yeah, but I heard that it's made by an American Production Company.
It's actually pretty good. It's on Netflix.
Well, it's not.
Yet.
People kind of iffy because after Monty Ohm died, it's kind of iffy.
Oh,
because he died after he died, like I think during the middle of season 2, like the ending of season 2 or the middle of season 3, he passed away to allergies. Because I didn't realize he lived in Texas. He lived in Austin.
Really?
Yeah, because Rooster Teeth is also settled in Texas.
Damn it.
But yeah, if you never knew he passed away. He actually has credits. They had a credits for him.
No, I
really.
Didn't.
So like people said they were kind of worried about Ruby where the plot. Actually, I think their fears are coming true because Monty Ohm had an idea where the plot was going and where everything was going towards, but he didn't. But he kept most of it to himself. So I don't know what all he told these people.
So once he passed away, all the stuff that was gonna happen.
They were only going off with the broad ideas.
Yeah,
it really shows in Ruby.
Okay. I've never watched Ruby, but
I watched the first episode. Yeah, I'm saying that's by day, and I'm gonna finish
4 seasons. You can watch it right now. Binge it all on their YouTube channel.
Huh. Really?
Really? Huh.
Well, and if you want, or if you want to be one of those people who loves the Shield, you can get it all on Verve, which also does anime as well.
Yeah, about the.
Well, I know that speaking of anime, there's like 3 series either coming back or starting up next month.
Also, we have the movie, American Indian movie. It's awesome. Yay! I moved everything before I
know it's being released here later on this month.
Yep, I'm so excited.
Actually, also we got the 7 Deadly Sins movie that's coming out. Well, it already came out in Japan.
Is it live action or the anime?
It's the actual movie. I think it's canon. I think it's somewhat canon.
Oh, good.
Huh?
Where does it take place?
I'm trying to figure out because it seems like they have some of the sins. I don't think they have Escanor in it. So it takes someplace before they met Escanor.
Okay. It's probably before the Ravens arc in season 2.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly where the movie takes place exactly, but they also because they do have a side story for it as well. Like
really,
yes, the side story does take place sometime 3,000 years ago.
It's probably about the original Holy War that the series has been referencing since the beginning.
It's about a prisoner. It's about somebody from the Goddess clan. Apparently, somebody.
I heard something that Elizabeth is descended from one of the members of the Goddess Clan.
Oh no, she's not ascended. She's not ascended.
No, I said descended.
Huh?
Descended.
She's not a descendant. I'm just going to put it that way. You're going to learn later on, but she's not a descendant.
Well, she's a reincarnation of the same person.
Yeah,
and apparently she's reincarnated.
So, no, Teddy is nowhere close to that. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm not trying to say what it is.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna learn later on, Teddy. Like, because you already know the whole Gowther thing. They already went past that. That was a big shock in the manga when we learned that Gowther was a doll.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something hearing that. But the weird thing about him is that why in the world at times does he look like a girl?
Actually, he said that. Nakaba actually said this in a Q&A. His original creator based him off of his dead lover, but he made him male so he wouldn't be sexually attracted to him.
Okay,
that's good. Anyway, wasn't talking last time.
One thing I've heard about the series is that there has not been official word yet if there's going to be a season 3 yet.
Oh, because not season 3, but we're on the final arc, though. We're on the final arc of Nanatsu no Taizai right now.
Yeah, because I think it was just a couple weeks ago that it was announced that 1 year from now, the series is ending. The manga is ending. I
don't remember them giving us a confirmed end date.
99.
They just said it was the last arc.
I've heard something that it's going to end by trade-wise. This is from what I've heard from King of Light. He gets it from a pretty reliable source.
Oh, you mean
that by volume 40, it's going to be the end of the series.
Speaking of anime, what about Voltron is that? Voltron
I haven't watched Voltron, so I can't speak on anything.
It's been
the only thing I know about Voltron is the gay fiasco where Adam, I think that's the name of the
show.
Yeah. People got pissed off about him and his gay lover.
Guys, which series are you guys talking about?
The new one.
Voltron, because there's like 7 seasons or 5 seasons of this.
I haven't watched the current Voltron. I have watched the original one.
Wait. Have you watched Legend of
Korra? This is epic.
Watch Legend of Korra.
Wait, you talk about?
Or have you seen the animation of Legend of Korra? Because that's
I've never watched Legend of Korra.
The same animation does Voltron.
Okay. I watched the original one, and I know this one is infamous for having splicing footage from 2 different series to make up the first season of the show with the Lion Voltron stuff. And from what I can tell from images I've seen for the current series, they just update some of the characters. I would say one character I've seen, I think she's in the current series, Hagar, the witch.
Yep.
Does she look pretty much the same as she did from what I showed you a picture of? She looked like an older lady who has a thing for King Zarkon.
No, she's pretty different. But it's been epic. This season has been insane. This new season, holy shit, this shit has been insane.
I Voltron before this because I can only remember the 80s cartoon, and that's about it.
I've watched the 80s one, and there's been 2 other series. There's one from the 90s where Tim Curry played one of the characters. That was a CGI series. And then there was a series aired on Nicktoons that was a loose follow-up to the original series where it supposedly takes place a few years after the events of the original series where the Voltron robot can actually shift whoever the main lion is. It's not just a black lion. You can have the red lion or the yellow or any of the other lions be like the main one, and they can switch from different weapons. Yeah, this is something in the Voltron Force series. Where if it's a red one, instead of doing the blazing sword, he forms pistols.
What?
If it's the green one, it's a spear.
Oh, that sounds really stupid.
All I know is that there's a huge problem. Apparently, one of the I think whoever does the red line, his voice act.
Oh.
Wait, no. Wait, is that the name? That's not the one that's gay, right?
I heard something. It's the Blue Lion pilot, from what I've heard, that he's the one who's gay.
It's the Black Lion.
Blue Lion or yellow? One of them is gay. I don't know which, but I know the Red Lion.
The Black Lion pilot.
Yeah, I know the Red Lion, the guy who voices him. He got harassed off of Twitter because the shipping crowd is insane.
What? What the hell?
Apparently, they want for some reason. From what I'm seeing, they thought a fat dude or the one that was gay. I guess they wanted to make a canonical gay shipping out of those guys.
God.
Yeah, that was
fall in love with the princess.
Fuck the
and then it turns out that the princess was like what 24 and he's 16, and then people started making pedo accusations, and they eventually just crashed them out.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense at all.
That makes no sense.
Does the main robot itself look different than it did in the original series?
No, actually it was the same. Actually, it was the same like they just said. In fact, there was a series in my personal. Okay, there was a I'm not watched at all.
It's pretty long. It's the original season with the Lion Voltron. It's 52 episodes.
Bring back fun. How about they bring Transformers back with the same quality of animation?
What about Transformers Prime? Like that's really excellent.
That's because the Hub Network died and it became. That's because not DreamWorks.
Hasbro,
yes. Hasbro bought out some other company. I mean, yeah, they bought out something else and then they just merged the two.
I heard they sold the Hub Network to Discovery and became Discovery Kids.
They didn't sell it. I think they liquidated it and became part of it.
That's Voltron.
But yeah,
okay, he does look different from what I remember seeing how he looked in the original series.
Yep,
because he looked a little more slimmer. Yeah, that's the original one I'm familiar with.
Yeah,
he was awesome.
Let me see.
Oh,
because I know Hasbro finally got their hands on IDW, but they wanted to get their hands on DreamWorks, but Disney stopped them. I don't know what Disney did, but they did some corporate stuff. Neat.
Yep, that's the new one on Netflix, and it's amazing. This series does everything I want. It's great story, great action, great, and but Zokan's son on Prince Zokan is awesome.
I heard like the first 2 episodes were an hour long each.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, so I guess that sets up everything, but I'm eventually going to get around to it eventually.
Yeah, I'll eventually get a chance to watch it too. Whenever I get a chance to when I finish up Gintama, I might get a chance to do that.
I highly recommend you watch it because it's amazing. It's a good fight scene, good battle. But I don't get spoilers, but what you said the latest season.
Oh, Teddy, one thing I should point out though about the original series is that because the fact was meant for kids in the 80s, apparently no one was allowed to die on the original series.
Huh?
So they say, oh yeah, they escaped, even though clearly they died.
Wait, who died?
Yeah, the original series had this reputation where anytime you think that any of the characters actually died, they say, oh no, they escaped, even though clearly the ship they were on exploded, killing them.
Okay, that's just stupid.
I feel sad about this.
This is kind of dumb, as dumb as the Ocean Dove or DBZ, where Krillin says, "I see their chutes," even though these pilots were clearly dead.
Yeah.
I don't think anything is dumber than a 4Kids dub of anything.
Yep.
That dub was done by Ocean, not 4Kids.
No. I'm like, you can't go lower than 4Kids though. When it comes to dubbing and censoring, you can't go any lower than them.
No, you cannot.
When it comes to dubbing, they actually do a pretty good job when it comes to dubbing. The problem is with them is the editing. Like with, I know that I haven't seen how they did much with One Piece. I did see what they did with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, no. There's someone, you can go on YouTube. Someone has an entire 20-minute video of everything they censored and cut out in One Piece. Basically, everyone said that 4Kids is the reason why One Piece will never be as popular as Naruto in America.
Yeah, I think Funimation is trying to fix this reputation. I've watched the entire Funimation dub. It is really damn good. And one thing I praise of Funimation, they don't edit anything out. They keep it exactly the same. They mostly keep it.
They edit out Little Garden. They never did. They edit out Little Garden just like 4Kids did. For some reason, a lot of people say, "Why did they do that?" And I still don't have a concrete answer.
Of what?
Little Garden.
Oh, Even from the manga, the Chiefs are still very much alive, still fighting each other.
No, they never really properly put it in the anime. Like, they skipped over that as well. They kind of just introduced number 3 in a different way.
Well, from the version I saw, they pretty much kept from what was there in the manga, and they didn't change anything.
Actually, how our kids got all the way up to Skypiea. That's which amazes me. It still amazes me. They almost they got way up to there.
Funimation is, from what I can tell, almost finished with the Fishman Allen arc.
Yeah, because they already got the actors. They already got the voice actors. Everybody else up for Punk Hazard.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Which after that is, oh my god, I can't wait. Wish Thundercats got better. An uncomfortable silence. Nick wants to go take a break, but yeah.
Anyway, we'll look at the comics because sometimes I'm an anime. Alright. So I'm
Thundercats. There's also Thundercats could have got the Voltron treatment.
Yeah, but then we're gonna have a new Thundercats show. It looks awful.
Oh no, wait. Have you heard about the He-Man fiasco?
What He-Man fiasco?
She-Ra.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. What the fuck?
Yeah, like some She-Ra actually made a joke where they call it's no longer She-Ra, it's Trap-Ra.
Yeah.
It's literally just it's a boy cross. Some people actually made art of just basically She-Ra, but only as a boy, and he's a trap. So
that's what the fuck?
I don't see, like, this is the problem when you let SJWs take over shit.
Yeah, it'll get you then go, Garvey. What the hell did you then go? Check that came out all. She looks like she didn't go, but it looks awful. On Netflix.
Have you seen a promo for the She-Ra?
Yes, I have. It looks awful.
No, Nick.
Oh.
I have not seen it.
Look at the new promo because there's there was a controversy about it. And there's a new because I have some of the artwork some people did, some of the funnier artwork.
Images. Found it.
What?
Yeah, show them an image. Show them the image.
Okay.
Because it's funny.
Okay.
That's the new She-Ra.
Okay.
No. See, here's the problem. It does not look like a female. If you look at it, you really can't, from that angle, you really can't tell that's female until you get more images. But from that first image that we were shown, a lot of people said that's not a girl, that's just a boy. And now there's a new joke calling her Trap-Ra, where it's just a dude going around dressed up as a girl.
Yeah, it was really weird.
That doesn't make much sense at all.
That was badass. Where's that one? I want this one.
Yeah. Can we just see the problem is they didn't make her look like a girl, actually represent that hey, this is a girl, not a boy.
Yeah.
Because actually for a minute you can actually confuse her from Thor from Tales of Asgard.
Yeah.
Or it could be if you put a helmet on her covering her face, you could probably mistake her for the female Thor from Marvel.
Jane Foster for her.
That's what I mean.
You see the other screenshot.
That would be sick. I would have bought that.
See, you could tell it's a girl from the other promo artwork because she's in female clothing. But that first shot does not make it look like She-Ra. It just makes it look like, yeah, I can understand when you say, oh, it looks like a boy.
Yeah, it looks stupid. Anyway, we'll look at the comments because kind of okay. They haven't really been into too many Action Comics.
I don't read Bendis. Nope, I officially don't read Bendis' crap on Action Comics.
Oh,
or Superman in general.
It's not bad per se, but if you read his stuff on Superman, it's a little bit better. This, I'm not sure where he's going with Action Comics, but Action Comics can come up with quick.
No, see, this is what I learned. Bendis does not like Superman. I don't know why they gave him Superman.
He took away John Superboy for Mr. Odd with Pit Man. What the fuck? Brandon, why did you come up there and kill John?
He didn't kill him off. He sent him off to space.
Yeah, of course. Oh, wait.
Yeah, but there was no Superman book. Technically, no Superman book come out this week. It's mostly all the annuals and one-shots this week.
Yeah. On
See, the problem
one-shot,
they're giving him that freaking special treatment, where he gets to do whatever the hell he wants.
But there was a business book that did come out this week. It was the first issue of Scarlet from Jinx War. It was okay. I only read it because I like Bendis' work.
No, wait, Scarlet from what?
Scarlet from Jinx World. You know his imprint that he runs.
Oh, he still has that?
Yeah. The first issue of Scarlet just came out this week.
Actually, I got Milk Wars, and I'm confused as hell. Mostly because Doom Patrol, it turns out I was wrong. Doom Patrol doesn't come out till December 19th.
December?
Yeah, I'm not sure what is up with Doom Patrol, but as far as I know, that's the only one that's still continuing, while everything else from the Young Animal imprint is being discontinued. They are, according to the article I read, they are slowing down with Young Animal. They're not canceling the imprint.
Vertigo is taking over, so they're and Young Animal seems to be like a failed little venture, but it was fun, but it wasn't what Gerald Way was.
I've read it's going to come back next year. The imprint.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't understand what Doom Patrol Volume 2 is coming. All the other Volume 2s came out, but his doesn't come out all the way until freaking December.
Yeah, and this is something really weird, but it's Gerald Way. The guy is busy with a rock band, yet he takes his sweet time writing this issue of Doom Patrol. I mean, the latest started actually 5
came out faster than that. I don't know. It's because they had other writers. That's why it came out faster.
Yeah, but if you look at some of the books that came out this week, aside from having at least there were only about 4 annuals that came out this week. You have annual for Nightwing, Batgirl, and Silencer. That's it. You have one issue of Batgirl and, of course, the first issue of Scarlet, and the 4 DC Looney Tunes one-shots.
All the one-shots for I read are not that interesting. Like, I have the Super's the one of my favorite one. I have all the one-shots.
That was Hanna-Barbera. This is Looney Tunes. The first one I read was Catwoman / Tweety and Sylvester. This was hilarious. This was hilarious, and you won't believe who wrote this thing.
Oh.
Gail Simone.
Of course she did.
Yes, Gail Simone can write when she's shutting up and stop throwing her freaking opinion and everything.
Yeah, but this was hilarious. Sylvester in the main story was not like big how he normally is depicted. He's depicted like a normal sized cat, and he does kind of talk normally. And Tweety Bird looks like a normal bird, but the thing is, they have also Black Canary and a bunch of other superheroes show up in here. They have Catwoman meet Sylvester, and they have Black Canary, who, by the way, is in their pre-Flashpoint attire. Like everybody is in the pre-Flashpoint, heck, except for Tim Drake for some reason. He's in the book, and he's wearing his post-Flashpoint costume, and it's mostly just like Hawkman, Hawkgirl. It's like anybody who's not members of Justice League show up in this book. Even Hawk and Dove, the Teen Titans. Heck, even the Penguin shows up in here.
Penguin?
Yeah, Penguin showed up in here. It was like a bunch of heroes. It was really hilarious. And at the end, you have Catwoman basically giving a peck on the cheek to Tweety Bird. She says, "Good bird." And Black Canary is telling Sylvester, "Good kitty." And then they have the normal style artwork, which having Catwoman and Black Canary look like the way they did on for Catwoman from the way she looked on the new Batman Adventures, but without her skin being gray, and Black Canary how she looked on Justice League Animated. Harley Quinn with Looney Tune. I barely know this character. Gossamer, he's the guy who looks like the Thing.
The red guy.
I'm not familiar with this Looney Tune. I've seen him, but I'm not all that familiar with
which one.
Yeah. Gossamer.
Which one is that one?
He's the big.
I mean, which one? Like, describe him.
He's a big red.
Oh, you mean the big gray dog? Oh,
yeah, big red hairy guy. Cover all entirely with.
Oh, him, Gossamer. Yeah, the one that usually shows up with a little wicked witch.
Yeah, and with the Harley Quinn story, with this one, the first story, it looks like it's loosely tied into what goes on the pages of Harley Quinn because her supporting characters show up in this one shot.
It's weird.
Anything with Harley Quinn is basically canon.
Write it.
Yep.
It's loosely canon, and then of course you have the backup story. The third one was really bizarre. I never suspected this would happen. Joker and Daffy Duck.
Yeah, I saw that Joker and Daffy Duck, and I know the next one is going to be Porky Pig and Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I read it. It was really weird.
Joker
Pig and working for Lex for some reaon.
Yeah,
actually, the only one who actually did it right, like humanized them, was Tom King. He did a real good one with Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, he did Elmer Fudd. I don't know who did. I know that Gail Simone did Catwoman. Harley Quinn was done by Joey Palomino. I don't remember who did Joker and Lex Luthor.
Scott O'Dowd. No, Scott O'Dowd did Joker and Daffy Duck.
I think Brett Booth did the artwork too for that one.
Huh.
The Joker Daffy Duck one.
I know.
I'm not sure about the Lex Luthor one. I don't think it's any of the Superman writers who did this one because if you notice, the three Batman villains one, they're all done by Batman writers. Well, Lobdell is not technically a Batman writer, but he's written Teen Titans.
Yeah, which is awful.
The Red Hood and the Outlaws one, they just where apparently in this book, Artemis and Bizarro end up in another dimension, and Red Hood is going on his own for some reason.
And
Silencer is basically her origin story. That's simply what the Silencer is, her origin story.
Oh.
Yeah. Nightwing, it just loosely tied in what's going on in the main book.
No.
Yeah, I didn't realize Benjamin Percy took over.
Yeah, that was weird. It seems like Ben Percy is doing the same thing he did when he started Green Arrow, doing these very weird stories that does not fit the character. Like, he turned
Green Arrow
Queen to Arrow for a few issues. That was weird.
Wait, what?
Whenever he got on the book.
Oh.
He got on the book just recently. He just wrapped up his first arc. And if you could, when you get a chance to read and trade, and this is something that's really, I noticed the solicit for this. Apparently, DC is relaunching his and Harley Quinn's trades #1 for some reason.
Wait, why?
Actually, what's the deal with Batman Beyond? I cannot find any more volumes outside of Rebirth Volume 2.
3 just, I've got Volume 3 here.
Well, I think, did they ditch the Rebirth?
Let me look.
Speaking of Batman and Superman Action Comics, what's Batman and Superman coming out this week?
Yeah, it did. It did ditch it. It's no longer a part. A lot of the current books now, a lot of them are ditching the Rebirth banner on the covers. I noticed this for Detective and a lot of the other, like anyone that reached like Volume 6.
After basically after Metal, they say they're already going to ditch the Rebirth title.
Metal was epic. I love Metal.
It was a good event. But at least that, even though they ditched the logo, at least they're still doing the same style of storytelling they were doing before.
Well, I don't know if you noticed this.
There is one book that's Mystery Disappeared. I didn't notice that it was canceled. Apparently, there was an announcement for it. I must have missed it.
Which one?
Cyborg got canceled.
Oh, boo-hoo. I didn't care about Cyborg.
I don't think anyone cared.
Yeah.
Well, probably because the sales got really bad when John Stamp was on the book because it felt like he was going no place with the book throughout his run. Then when he left, it felt like it was going someplace. And I heard a rumor that Wolfman was going to be reviving the book, but that was last I heard. And then all of a sudden, the last couple times whenever an issue comes out, I have not seen it pop up at all. And apparently, the series has been canceled. That's for some reason.
Honestly, I'm not surprised about that because I would tell you there's a family.
Yeah, it's the one Rebirth book. I was a little surprised it canceled. And apparently, Batwoman just ended recently, like last week.
Huh. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I was surprised. They ended the book after only releasing 18 issues.
All right.
And this series was good.
Ongoing. Was never supposed to be ongoing to begin with.
Yeah. And the final issue, they have it where Kate and Renee go on a date.
Nice.
They're back together as a couple, which is nice.
Will Kate Bishop eventually, not Kate Bishop, will Kate Kane eventually end up becoming this cruel Pseudo dictator in the future, like a whole bunch Elseworld, and these future stories keep making her out to be?
That's not going to happen.
Unknown. Oh, and in the pages of Detective Comics, apparently Batman is forming a new version, The Outsiders.
Yay, with Duke.
Yeah, I already know. I've been talking to Brian.
Yeah, where it's consisted of Black Lightning, Katana, Cassandra Cain, who's orphan, Duke Thomas, and I think Stephanie Brown.
Wait, with Tim Drake.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he is.
Or Geoforce.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they are. Geoforce, the only time I've seen him in the past 7 years was when he showed up in the Katana feature for that Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad Most Wanted series. The one done by her creator, Mike W. Burr. That was the only time I've seen him. Yeah, I find it funny. It was in.
I find it funny that
go ahead.
The title called him to get the axe.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm glad that Batman the Outsiders is coming back because it's been like 7 years since the Outsiders have had an ongoing series.
About 10 years.
Other years.
Yeah, 7 years. The last series ended back in 2011, and DiDio was the last writer of the book.
I'm more pumped for what Grant Morrison's going to give us on Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I've heard the book has been called The Green Lantern, and it's completely unknown what DC's doing Simon Boz, but at least Jessica Cruz goes someplace. But I'm not sure what's going to go on with Just Like Odyssey because the first two issues have been delayed for no reason.
Why?
Yeah, from what I've heard, apparently they've been sort of canceled and relisted them later. And apparently they're redoing the first two issues for some reason. I'm not sure what Williamson is up to when it comes to Just Like Odyssey.
Why can't
he's doing that? I've been too busy on what Scott Snyder is doing.
Yeah. No, it's not Snyder. It's Joshua Williamson, the writer of The Flash.
Brian made an amazing little Flash. Well, yeah. I wonder why you went. The main scared me.
It's done by James Tynion IV, which interesting so far. It's only 2 issues in. I love the lineup that he chose, which you have Zatanna, John Constantine, Man-Bat, Detective Chimp.
That's not too dark.
Yeah. I spoke to Neil Adams about this. He's very happy to see Detective Chimp actually active. He loves Detective Chimp. He didn't know much about Man-Bat being part of the group, but he loves the fact that Detective Chimp is being used again.
Yay!
What about Shadowpack? How about them back instead?
I have no idea. Well, technically, Just Like Dark kind of acts like this universe's version of Shadowpack in a way.
And I don't think it's a great team.
I don't know. Where's that Doom Patrol that Jeff Johns keeps talking about?
Where's Captain Marvel really bad?
Yeah.
When that team.
As far as I've heard, there was an announcement I heard, I think it was like last month or two, that Kelly Sue Hanukkah is going to take over Aquaman for Dan Abbott, but they have not said
I already know about that. And we all, and a lot of us have no faith in that woman.
Right. She's a good writer.
Because she's trying to make it sound, because she said, like she said in her own words, it's going to be less Superman feeling and more Wonder Woman, and we're all like, Aquaman does not feel like neither Superman or Wonder Woman.
There's a key difference.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she's talking about, but in the case of Aquaman, if you look at all his previous writers, they've all been men.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's the first female writer of the Red. Kind of like recently, with a couple of years ago, when they had Becky Cohen did The Punisher.
Okay, that's supposed to be like world shattering.
Not really.
Well,
we can have Spud again.
Characters have generally been written by, like, if you look at, let's say, the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel, she's always generally on her own book written by a woman, technically her creator. Or let's say Miles, who's been written by a guy since his debut.
Oh, speaking of Miles,
yeah, but he's not black.
We're talking about the annual. It sucks. Like, we're talking about that annual is bullshit. For mine, but I thought Origin sucks.
I think didn't Brian Hill write that book?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He did the Going the Outside arc, which was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I read then I did read the annual. I'm like,
I don't think he wrote the annual.
Why in the world did he change his writing style when it comes to writing Spider-Man?
His my origin actually is so garbage, so stupid that it just makes no sense.
I don't know if anybody knows this when it comes to Champions.
No.
Apparently, for some guys, I don't know if anybody knows this when it comes to Champions. Apparently, since Bendis stopped writing Miles, they keep saying, "Oh, Miles is still in the hospital," referencing the events of 240. This has been like this since the current writer took on board. It's like the current writer does not want even. I think it's Jim Zeb. I think the current writer is of Champions, or Zeb. I think it's him or Zeb Wells. It seems like since he took over the book, it seems like he does not want to put Miles in the book at all.
Not surprised. It might have been used to this for a few years. And I can say that my mind has been a horrible idea. And look what happened. His career has been destroyed. He's been mishandled, mismanaged, and Becky's not doing to them. No one is my mind anymore. And let me explain again coming next.
It's like what's Marvel going to do with Miles? I mean, there is no book that features him right now because the only book he maybe features Champions, but the writer doesn't want to put him in the damn book to keep saying, "Oh yeah, he's still in the hospital."
We don't have to worry about Ironheart because we just got because the woman who basically did a petition because she looks so up to look like Riri, she got to do the book.
Yay! I don't care.
I'm happy Ironheart is getting a book. She has earned it for quite a while, but
she's a sociopath.
Yeah.
Why? Oh yeah.
No, she has all the tricks of a sociopath. She doesn't want to be a hero because she wants to be a hero. In fact, the one thing I'd like to point out in Riri's book when Bendis was doing is why is it a little black girl goes up to her white teacher and asks her to be racist to her and say that she cannot do something because she is black.
I have no idea. I'm funny. I not care.
That must have been early on when she first started, but not from the later issues I read.
No. We're talking about when Bendis was writing it because only Bendis wrote the character until I don't know what's her name because I didn't bother to look her name up.
Well, the thing is, whoever she's written by different writer right now. It's the writer of Champions.
It ain't Mark Waid, so we know that for sure.
Yeah, Waid left after 18 issues. I'm a little surprised that he managed to stay in the book for that long. And just leave.
1940. I can't wait for that.
It was 18 issues that he stayed on for. I was a little surprised he left, and when he left, Cyclops left the team. Yeah, and I know that during his final arc, he added people like the New Patriots, who was supposed to be from the Falcon series, the Falcon, the second one, the one who has the green suit, the one who was Hispanic. They added him. They added Nydia, who did become a member of the team. They added several new members, but only apparently Nydia and Ironheart were the only people to stay from Champions for a day arc. Everyone else just stopped appearing in the book. And
wait, what? So Vivian just disappeared after she got her human body?
Well, Vivian's still there, and the Champions now have a proper base operations under the current writer. Except it's kind of like what the Secret Avengers had when Brubaker was in the book, where they had like a mobile headquarters. Yeah, but it's not the Quinn carrier. It's something else. It's something that Amadeus Cho built.
Actually, talking about Brubaker, I just got my hands on Volume 2 of The Wildstorm.
I don't think Brubaker wrote that. That was some of Warren Ellis.
Yeah, not Brubaker, Warren Ellis.
Yeah, the guy who I've heard some people say hates superheroes, and yet he writes superheroes to be pretty interesting. I mean, he wrote Moon Knight of all people.
No, that's Garth Ennis. And you can tell he mostly doesn't like to write superheroes. The only person that he even said the only superhero that he actually likes is Superman.
I don't think he's ever written Superman. I know of. I know he wrote Punisher.
No, he does all the Maxi series. He did The Cross and The Boys, which is another series within itself that you really is really disturbing.
And speaking of that, did you know that's being adapted to a TV show?
I heard about that.
How the hell they're gonna get? I don't see how they're gonna. This got to be on Showtime or HBO. It's going to be rated R as hell.
Yeah, if the part that I wouldn't be surprised if it's on A&E because that's why they put another series that he did, Preacher.
Yep.
See, Preacher's funnier because it's like one of those really good. It's one of those true Vertigo titles that you can think back of. Like if you ever think of Vertigo, you think of Sandman, or you can think of Fables, or you can think of Wild the Last Man.
Fable, in my opinion, is really good.
There's a few other titles people might think of Vertigo, like Hellblazer, Swamp Thing. Trying to think. There's also Books of Magic, which was even though the ongoing series is not done by Neil Gaiman, apparently the new series under the Sandman Universe imprint is a continuation of the mini-series, not of the previous ongoing series.
Speaking of Swamp Thing, never mind. Is that also a streaming service?
What?
You also have Lucifer, which is awesome, which is a cool series.
Yeah, it's a coming on Netflix. But anyway, guys, speaking of DC Download, everyone say what DC streaming service thing?
The what?
DC streaming service.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. Did anyone watch that live show like last week? I watched it, and that live chat, holy shit, I was like a hostile. I don't hell.
No. I know why the live chat got hostile. It's with the artist Rob Rodriguez, or whatever the hell his name is. I shit you not. It's on Twitter. He sent Ethan Van Sciver a picture of his ass, like spread out and everything.
Really? I heard Kevin Smith is supposed to get like a show on DC streaming service.
Yeah.
No. That's the least of it. There's an artist who literally sent Ethan Van Sciver an uncensored picture of his ass.
Why the heck would he do that for?
What the hell?
Because he doesn't like what's going on with the whole comic gate movement.
That's insane.
I know that. I haven't watched the live shows on his channel, but apparently he loves doing live shows of Comicsgate.
Yeah.
That's because he's one of the main figures now, because ever since a lot of people wanted to harass him out of the industry, because he's one of the few open Republican. He's open Republican, and apparently the people who are Democrats pretty much don't like Republicans.
Yeah,
it's political stuff. It's really odd.
Basically, basically politics is taking over, and they don't like anybody who isn't on the left.
Yeah, that's just so stupid.
Politics.
No, like that's what I said. If you see the comments I've been seeing on Twitter, you will notice that there's a lot of, like, if you look at the Marvel is pretty much done, because we said they're basically licensing out some of his rights to IDW to do their, as we saw, it was Spider-Man.
They also IDW's also doing their own Star Wars book.
Yeah, they're licensing, because basically it's not CB Cebulski won't say this, but Disney is licensing out these rights. It's not through Marvel. Disney is making it.
Yeah, I know that Disney, first they license out their characters to IDW, because I think the last company that published their characters was Boom Studios.
Because if you actually look at it, they lost over $500 million.
What?
In sales.
How?
Poor. Have you seen how they treat people? Or how their books are literally politically and toxic, and how they're talking about we have to respect everyone's pronouns and everything else.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
No, this is real, because 55 comic book shops, as of 2017 was the worst, because in 2017 it was recorded 52 comic book shops closed across America.
Yeah, it was.
And at that time, it added on by 3 more.
One of the worst Marvel ever. Happened.
No, he's the problem.
Happened. Civil War happened.
No, see, I got the pictures, because there's some comic book shops. I shit you not. Some of the people who post these pictures, they have racks full of Marvel comic books like Secret Empire, or basically Until the Wasp, or the Gay Iceman comic book, which no one buys, so it just takes up space.
Don't Oh,
So
X-Men.
shops are going out of business.
Yeah. Speaking of X-Men, did I really read Extermination issue number 2?
I'm hearing only more depressing things out of the X-Men lately.
Yeah, because I know in the first issue they killed off Bloodstorm and Cable. I'm sure Liefeld is not happy the fact they killed off Cable.
Yeah, it's young Cable killed Cable, and I'm lost. What the hell's going on? Why is young Cable killing why?
Yeah, and apparently Jean has reformed the original X-Force.
Huh?
Yeah, Jean Grey has reformed the original X-Force and become their boss.
Wait, Jean Grey is taking over his squad.
Yeah, it happened in the issue too. She took the original X-Force, the one Rob Liefeld and Baby Naziz assembled, and they go on the hunt down young Cable.
Like I said, she's now sort of they're really starting to make their heroes into villains and the villains into heroes. Like it's topsy turvy.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And Edge of the Spider this was about you know that what's his name? The Spider-Man who's Hobby Brown, who's a punk.
Yeah, punk Spider.
This issue, it's about him.
No. The right issue is about actually the girl or the giant.
Oh yeah, the one who's actually I think that may be next issue, but this one was about the punk rocker.
Actually, no, that was the right issue. The right issue came out with her.
Yeah, I'm wondering though, like, are they gonna have an issue focus on Spider-Man Noir?
I'm hoping they're going to Spider-Girl. I want Spider-Girl book, damn it. She needs...
Well, we're getting Spider-Gwen, so...
yeah, she's going to appear in the event, but unknown if she's going to get a book again.
No, she's getting an ongoing series. She's getting the ongoing series.
That's good. I like that. Because Spider-Gwen's a good character, and I think she's still got a fan base.
Mayday Parker's book. I want Mayday Parker.
No. Yeah. I forgot the name. I think
guys, there's one book I've never heard anybody talk about this book. You ever heard of a miniseries called X-Men Grand Design?
No, never heard of it.
I heard of it, but never read it. There's a lot of things.
It's basically sort of a recap series of the history of the X-Men. It is quite interesting to read, but it is long. It's like 50 pages long each issue.
Wait, what? 50 pages?
Yeah, the first series started from the beginning of the X-Men up until about when they went on the reprint years. This second series went from the reprint years, from when Chris Claremont and Leen Wein did the book, up until around, they ended just prior to Extinction Agenda.
Where's that Leen Wein tribute Marvel is going to give him?
I have no idea. The only character I can think of that he created for Marvel, and it's a celebrated character, is Wolverine. My guess is the way to respect the guy is to resurrect this character that Marvel killed off 4 years ago.
Yay! But here's the problem.
They can give like Darwin Cook and all of them. They can give them proper tributes. Where are their proper tributes for Marvel?
About Wolverine, can we do that one shot for a sec? One shot.
That end where Wolverine is alive and being held by an alien.
That end was pointless. That one shot gave me nothing. It gave me junk and shit. All the
miniseries lead to this, and then next we have the Return of Wolverine miniseries coming next.
What was the point doing all this Hunter Wolverine? What? Nothing.
I have no idea. There's one miniseries. I'm a little surprised the way it ended. New Mutants Dead Souls.
I never read it.
I have. It's a really good series. Apparently, the way the series ended is that everybody got turned into Warlock, or at least infected by him.
What? That sounds stupid.
They never brought Multiple Man back yet? Or is he still technically there?
Yeah, they brought him back in his miniseries. Issue 2 came out a few weeks ago. I don't know when Issue 3 is coming out. They also released this week Venom First Tales #1, done by the previous writer of Venom, Mike Costa, which is just a continuation of what Mike Costa was doing. Web of Venom.
Great job.
Where, get this, at the end of Mike Costa's run, it was revealed that the symbiote is pregnant.
Yeah.
Which symbiote?
Venom.
Venom.
And Eddie Brock is the father. It's really weird. Like, this only has goo, and you have a human being and goo apparently making a child somehow. And the way Mike Costa writes Eddie Brock, it's like Eddie Brock and the symbiote are a romantic relationship.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't get it. I'm lost.
Heck, even Colin Bunn writes him like this for some reason recently. He never did this when Flash Thompson was the host.
Brad Tyler
his talent has gone down recently.
Speaking of Flash Thompson,
in Runaways, this is something I kind of want to happen for a little while. Tiffany, did you read the second volume of Runaways when they had that one issue? It looked like that Nico and Lucy and Diamond Sky were gonna make out.
No, I haven't really I just watched.
Yeah, right. In this issue, Nico and Lucy and Sky Diamonds finally kissed, and then at the end of the issue, Nico's ex-boyfriend shows up.
Wait,
how did he come back from the dead again?
Yeah, Alex Wilder.
How did he come back from the dead again?
He died.
Well, here's the thing. He was resurrected in the series Avengers Arena by Dennis Hopeless.
When the hell did that happen?
Wasn't there all holograms and nothing was actually real?
Yeah, but Alex Wilder is alive. The last I saw him was in the Power Man Iron Fist series by David Walker. Yeah, he was the main villain in the final arc of the run before it got canceled. And both of them got their own separate books.
They should have never brought Runaways back unless they brought Brian K. Vaughan back.
Well, the only reason why I think they brought the series back is because of the Hulu series.
The Hulu series is pretty good.
Let's see. Books came out this week. X-Moon 34.
I can prove only do one thing at the end of the villain again. And that's it.
Yeah. Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, the Poe Dameron Annual came out this week.
Okay.
Yeah, Poe Dameron's ending with next issue. Exiles Volume number 7 came out this week. The Daredevil Annual.
I didn't want Exiles. Exiles good.
Yeah, it's good. They brought back Blink, and apparently her original team is lost somewhere in the multiverse.
Wait, I thought that team in there got disbanded.
Yeah, but they were sort of forced back together. And Blink got an updated look where she's no longer having long hair and having the Age Apocalypse look. She's basically dressed in regular clothes, and she's basically got a tomboy look now.
Well, I don't read a lot of the Marvel books, especially one by a known prejudice / racist.
Oh.
As the writer, he's one of those people where he really doesn't like white people all that much.
You mean the guy who writes Black Panther?
Or Captain America?
No. The guy who's writing Exiles. He is
about this guy, but the least read the characters be interesting. Though he has a weird version of Wolverine pops in the book. He looks like it's some kind of kid's comic.
Oh no, he got the chibi version. The chibi version is supposed. I don't know. It's like like I said, he doesn't like there's that one issue where he talks about slavery, about how we're gonna fight against the redcoats and the Confederates.
Yeah, and then the recent issue, they had a Western version of the Black Panther show up. I mean, like, Black Panther is still black. T'Challa is still black, except he's a Western character now.
Whatever. It's a different, different rules.
Yeah. In the Deadpool Assassin series, well, this series I thought was pretty interesting. It's done by Colin Bunn and Mark Bagley, where he takes out the Assassin's Guild.
Is this in canon or non-canon? I'm lost.
It is canon from what I can tell. It's set in the regular universe. They haven't said anything else about it. But apparently he killed Deadpool's ex-wife in the series. Not Deadpool. Deadpool killed Gambit's ex-wife, Belladonna.
Yeah, the first one, the one that actually can kick his ass before he ended up because that woman was very, very skillful and strong.
Yeah, and then, of course, Gambit later married recently Rogue.
Yeah, that's one of the few marriages where the man does not die off.
How is he never going to last? He's never going to get destroyed.
No, this happened just recently with the whole thing of Gambit and Rogue getting married. The only reason I can think of that Marvel did this is because they must have loved the sales for the Rogue and Gambit miniseries. So they probably tell, hey, Guggenheim, can you switch around the wedding and not do Kitty Pryde and Colossus instead of do
I would have been late. It should be deep now, but this present even orchestrated the book. It makes me off.
These are two fan favorite characters that actually got married, and that marriage was a disappointment.
Kidding, Claude, we're just about not married.
Here's a question: where happened to North Star? Where's Wicked and Hulkling? Like, where's all these other gay characters that Marvel loves to talk about, but they never show up for some reason?
Last I saw Wicked was actually in Al Ewing's New Avengers run. That was last time I saw him.
I'm tired.
He was talking to his supposed mother about his upcoming marriage to Hulkling.
No, see, the problem is people talk about how they make Iceman gay. Why couldn't they do it to any of these existing, Marvel characters that are gay?
Good question. I want on the shelf.
I have no idea why, but I hope that some writer undoes this retcon because
Bendis is gone.
I probably agree. This is the dumbest retcon Bendis ever did while he worked at Marvel.
Oh, no. Well, don't worry about it because Tina Grace is still coming back, so Bobby's still going to be gay.
Why?
Yeah.
Can we just get rid of him?
I don't know why in the world. Now, I have no problem Iceman in this series, but why in the world would you bring back the writer who basically put his foot in his mouth on Twitter?
And the guy with you ruined us, man.
No, the guy also basically who could not make sales for the damn book. It's been proven that sales suck, but they brought it back there because CB Cebulski is a spineless fuck.
Well, why can't you just get rid of all that battle?
Because
the Unbeatable, the Wasp, she's getting back her series. I think it's written by the same person. I don't know.
No, they're all being written and drawn back in the same team. So basically, you're not missing nothing.
But in the case, here's the thing about between these two tales. In the case of Unbeatable Wasp, I did not feel SJW stuff in this book at all. It was an interesting book. I love the fact that Edwin Jarvis is a supporting character, and of course, the original Wasp. I found the book to be interesting, and the fact she built up her own supporting cast over the course of the 8 issues that came out, and I found it to be interesting. I couldn't understand why Marvel canceled this book, and then I heard something that apparently Marvel loved the sales, apparently for the Unbeatable Wasp, so they bring back the series.
No, see, here's the trick with Marvel. They're doing this whole little escape thing where they're not counting individual sales. They're counting units ordered by stores, which that makes up their sales. This is a little scapegoat they sugarcoat to make people think, oh, their books are selling. Don't you think it's funny that Disney has to license out their characters to a different company if that wasn't the case?
Yeah, but some of the titles I don't mind them basically doing it. Like, if you want to think of a really good title Marvel's put in right now, it's Jason Aaron and Emmett Gannis's Avengers. It's really good.
But Nick Swain is actually pretty good.
Taylor? Yeah, Jason Aaron, Tom Taylor, Al Ewing, Mark Waid can jump into a fire for all I care.
Jason Aaron is not like, from what I can tell by him, he does not do SJW stuff for his books.
Oh no, he doesn't do SJW stuff. He's just a good writer in general. He's basically one of the last saving graces. Him, Donny Cates, Tom Taylor, Al Ewing.
What about Charles Schultz?
Greg Rucka, Charles Soule. Charles Soule is very quiet.
Yeah, but the guy is a really damn good writer, and I don't know if you noticed this. Apparently, Marvel is lightening his workload because they're ending Poe Dameron. He just ended his run for Astonishing X-Men. Apparently, I saw on the upcoming November's list for Daredevil, he's ending his run for that book with issue 12. That would mean by the end of the year, the only book he's got left is Darth Vader.
Yeah,
I think he's also exiting the comic scene for a while because it's getting really, really, really toxic.
It's getting really hostile.
No, I mean it's getting really like Chris from Comic Frontline. He sees it because I see him once in a while. It's getting to the point where they're literally making you choose sides. Either you're against Comic Gate or you're with them. It's no longer fits.
Yeah, that does make much sense.
The pros are basically telling people you either denounce Comics Gate or you're part of them.
What?
This is how bad it's gotten.
Wait,
yeah,
actually, I can't read you two anymore.
Wait, you know Alterna Comics? You guys heard about Alterna Comics, right? Peter Samedi, the guy who runs Alterna.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
They gave him shit on Twitter because he basically put out a code of conduct where the employees under his books, like under his company, cannot do mass bot blocking. They can block individual people, but you can't run a bot block. And people got mad, and they actually started harassing this guy. Mark Waid, as of yesterday, made an entire post lambasting and basically being pretty kind of racist towards the man. There's a Facebook post, which is why I don't like Mark Waid anymore. I don't care about Mark Waid in general.
Yeah, that's
if you want to think of another really good writer that I don't think does anything with SJW stuff, Pierre J. Tomasi.
Yep,
that man's a godsend when it came to Superman. We really needed him in the hour of darkness.
And also, you also got to thank him for making Damian such a likable character.
And John,
Grant Morrison kind of did that, but then again, Grant Morrison had an idea what he wanted to do with Damian in general.
Yeah, I don't think that when it comes to him, he hasn't faced hardly any controversy I can think of when it comes to any books he wrote.
The thing is that they don't up down to their fans, and they don't call you alt-right or a Nazi or how much they live to punch a Nazi, even though there are no Nazis around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think about that when it comes to Grant Morrison. He's one of those writers, a lot of people, he's kind of like, in a way, similar to that of Neil Gaiman. He's weird. But
he's
Grant Morrison's even weirder.
He literally believed he was abducted by aliens when he was high on LSD.
Yep.
What was that, Grant Morrison or Neil Gaiman?
No, Grant Morrison. In fact, if you really want something, I can link you guys this. It's literally Grant Morrison talking about string theory and how he comprehends the quantum physics. It's so weird that you are worried what the hell this man is talking about.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another good writer I can think of. Jody Holster.
Dan Jennings.
Yeah, even Dan Slott is a good writer when he shuts his mouth and actually focuses on his work.
What about Jody Holster, the one who writes Spider-Man Renew Your Vows and writing that miniseries?
People complain about her run because she did the time skip, and everyone wondered why.
I have met her. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met, and I don't. She's one of the very few female writers I have met. I have met also Meredith Finch. I don't think she does anything SJW stuff related, but she's a damn good writer. She's not writing comics very long, kind of like Jody Holster. Both writers not writing very long, but yet every book I've read that they've done has been really damn good, and I've enjoyed every book that they've done.
I know Volume 5 of Wonder Woman is a complete filler, and it's completely avoidable.
What? Yeah. Meredith Finch is Wonder Woman?
Oh, yeah, and also got Shade. I didn't realize James Robinson did Shade.
Jody Holster didn't do Shade. She did Mother Panic.
Oh, James Robinson. I said James Robinson when he did Shade. I didn't realize he did Shade.
Oh, you mean The Shade?
Yeah, The Shade.
Yeah, he did both series.
Yeah, and actually, I forgot what year it came out, but I found it in a bargain because they got that.
Yeah, the original series came out in the mid-'90s. The second one came out in 2011.
It looks like well, they don't have the year on it, but it looks like it's in current artwork. The artwork looks like it's in current years.
It's 2011, 2012 series. Oh, fun fact,
I saw that.
The artist for that series is the artist for Jeff Lemire's Black Hammer.
Okay, so yeah. It looked like, because I noticed it looked more like in current year artwork, so I could tell it pretty much wasn't old. I got some more young Jews by
I actually own that trade. Cully Hammer is the name of the artist. He's a damn good artist. But if you want to think of one writer, I haven't seen the books in lately, but if you read some of his books are fantastic. And I met a guy who actually worked with them. This writer's name is Stephen Grant. You've heard of him? Tavia?
Sorry.
Yeah. You ever heard of Stephen Grant?
No.
You ever heard of a series called X from Dark Horse?
Nope.
You know that Punisher series that came out in the 80s?
Yeah.
Stephen Grant wrote that.
Interesting.
The guy is very underrated, and not many people know about this guy's work. I mean, this guy created a character called X, who was technically Dark Horse versions. He is their version of the Punisher.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. They even brought him back just a few years ago when they tried to bring back their hero imprint because the original one failed after just a few years. And X was one of the more successful ones they actually came out with.
They're really doing it in Japan with the Mandarin. I know my friend comment he's pissed off at that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where Jeremy went off to. He just went off simply.
Shit. That's not good.
Well, we're still alive. We're still alive, so yeah, I think he's actually. But as far as I can tell, we're still alive, and I don't think we've ended the live show yet.
No, it won't end unless you come back ASAP. If he's not come back, then shit.
I'm trying to think of other good writers right now. What about Dan Jurgens?
Yeah, Dan Jurgens is really good. I looked at it. I can tell that was perfect. I looked at it. I can tell that amazing.
Yeah, and then when I heard he left, and then all of a sudden he was doing Green Lanterns for like a few issues, and he left. And I have no idea what he's doing now.
Yeah.
He's like one of two I can think of. Which I have.
Superboy. You made John actually great.
Yeah, another writer. I don't know what he's doing now because both his two series he was working on wrapped up. Chuck Dixon.
What do you like? I forget. I know.
He wrote recently. He wrote a couple miniseries for Zenescope. He wrote Robin Hood the Hunted and Robin Hood the Curse. For DC recently, he wrote Bane Conquest.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Wasn't that 12-issue Maxi series?
Yeah, but it did suffer delay for some reason. They delayed one issue for some. It was like I think it was like Wrath issue 7 came out. If you notice, there was no issue of that series came out in January, but the final issue came out in June. I think it was just 3 months ago came out. And since that miniseries wrapped up and Robin Hood the Hunted wrapped up, he's done nothing. I think he's still writing some. I heard he also writes books as well.
That's odd. Huh.
But the guy, basically, if you read the Bane Conquest series, he really loves writing this character, Bane. Yeah, because I spoke to him about when he was working with Graham Nolan again. He was so happy to work with him again. Oh, Jeremy, you're back.
Yay. What happened? Jeremy? Yoo-hoo.
Maybe his mic's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I got it.
Trying to think.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
My Wi-Fi died.
Oh,
okay.
That sucks.
All right. We're talking about other good writers like Dan Jurgens, Chuck Dixon.
Oh yeah, Chuck Dixon. Actually, have you guys seen his Indiegogo?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, he has an Indiegogo going on right now. I can link it to you.
Is he trying to start a new comic series?
Yes, it's his own creator own project.
Okay, because his last two books he did were Bane Conquest and Robin Hood the Hunted.
Oh no, these are his own books. His own.
Yeah, I know that Ben Skyver. I heard that he stopped doing artwork for DC to do his own book.
Cyberfrog.
Yeah, he left DC among other things, but yeah, he left to go back to do his book he did in the '90s, Cyberfrog. Basically, Battletoads, except they're cybernetic.
I've never read the series, but I do own a few trades that collect Ethan Skyver's work. I own the trades that collect his run for Green Lanterns and Hal Jordan Green Lantern Corps, which I don't know if you noticed this. Apparently, he's like one of 3 different artists in the book.
Yep.
Yeah, and apparently, also, I didn't realize him and Grant Morrison made Dust.
Who's Dust?
I mean, Dust.
Or you mean Dust?
Character that no one brings up.
Oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she was one of the new
Dust,
characters. And she showed up during Grant Morrison's run for New X-Men. I know he also created Negasonic Teenage Warhead, but her look is completely different.
Yeah, he also helped he co-created Lawfleas. Some of the stuff with the Orange Lantern, he helped create him and Ethan Van Sciver. They created a lot of good stuff.
He also created the main villain of Original Sin. Not Nick Fury, the other guy. No, Grant Morrison. He created the Cosmic Man and his daughter.
Original Sin was weird. That actually did not end well.
And he also created, the character who was briefly Captain Marvel, also became the Protector.
You mean Farrell?
Yeah, the one who was also known as Ensign Marvel.
Wait, you talking about his son or his daughter?
I'm talking about Norvar, I think it's he pronounced his name.
Yeah, the other one, the other son by Captain Marvel, the one that.
No, he's completely unrelated. He's Kree.
Yeah, because Captain
Marvel is Kree, but he's from a different dimension.
Okay.
No, you're talking about you're talking about a different dimension than no.
Yeah, he's over that miniseries, Marvel Boy.
That came out 2001. Oh, we're talking about that. Wait, we're not talking about the We're not talking about the Kree experiment, the one that has the ant-like instincts, are we?
No, not him. The one more superior Marvel Boy. Yeah, he created that guy along with Electromix, I think it's pronounced her name, the one with who looks like she's a dominatrix, but her body is covered head to toe with black, and she's got like long red hair. And at one point, she was Marvel Boy's girlfriend. Like her and her husband, they're both dressed up in BDSM armor, leather. Yeah, them. Yeah. Her father is a guy who looks like the Thing, except he calls himself Cosmic Man. There was this one miniseries I read where he got his hands on the Iron Man Mark I armor and put like a robe on it for some reason. Yeah, I got it. Gentlemen, I will stay in chat, but I'm really tired right now. Wait, my phone I used to be. Sorry. Okay.
And we're gonna go for a little longer because I gotta get ready for work tomorrow because the semester started up and boy.
I got work tomorrow too. I got work at McDonald's.
Nice. Well, your job is probably more hell than my job. All I know is college students are idiots.
Yeah, well, I had to make up fries at McDonald's.
No, I tried fast food for a month and then quit because then it taught me that I can never do fast. Dairy Queen taught me I will never work in the food industry again.
Well, I work at McDonald's, and I've been working there now for almost 6 months.
Oh, no. I've worked for a restaurant for over 2.5 years.
How was that?
Let's say it's better than working. I'd rather work at a restaurant than work at fast food.
Yeah. I agree.
Like about because I never get paid is the fact I have a paycheck and I can buy trades.
Nice.
Oh yeah, but I work for the state, so I'm way better.
Oh, speaking of Spike, I agree with Spike. She's welcome this week. Who getting that game? Yeah,
I'm trying to think about that or getting Ender Zone, Zone of the Enders, because I played that on the PS2 a lot.
I love Zone of the Enders. That's the classic game.
I have never played it.
You should. If you haven't John Max, you love that game.
Yes, because it comes out tomorrow.
Oh, there's one thing we forgot to talk about. We forgot to talk about My Hero Academia, Little My Academia. The fact that the current season is about to end.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's ending. Damn it.
Yeah, there's only about a few episodes left.
Yeah, because they're about to get up to the whole Chico
internship arc. Yeah, the internship arc is long. It's like 48 chapters.
But you're going to get up all the details because they still once in a while bring up the idea of how arcs were introduced in the world and how the principal for UA is basically a mouse, but he still has a quirk.
Yep.
Yeah.
That man is so cute. The principal is so adorable.
Yeah, I know that in one chapter recently, he got a chance to meet the first host of the One for All Spark, and he briefly got a chance to see
what he looks like. We just did. Yeah, but it was already explained a long time ago how One for All became a thing.
Yep.
Because he didn't realize that his own brother.
Yeah, and he talked to All Might about it. I remember the chapter he talked about this, and he was talking to him about the fact about this dream, the fact he got a chance to meet all the previous hosts and got a chance to talk to the original host.
Oh, sorry, my niece is around.
Okay, my niece was around here today, anyways.
She's an infant.
Yeah, he talked to All Might about it, and he also briefly talked about seeing All Might's master, and admitted to him that he says that your master was very pretty, and he says, yes, she was.
Yep.
Because if you see her, she's a smoking hot woman.
We saw I think in
season 2 they showed a brief image of her. Yeah. Giving him that great smile, saying, always be a hero with a smile on your face.
Yeah, and apparently it was revealed in the previous arc that the leader of League of Villains is her grandson.
Yeah, they already talked about that.
Yeah, they talked about they're doing the all for one.
Maybe she should visit someone with Quirk like wait, Tibby hasn't met him yet. Never mind.
Yeah, as far as I know, how she died, apparently all for one killed her.
Yeah, we know that.
They also brought up the fact that it was she died undignified. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I was thinking that the current arc to do right now in the manga, I hope they were going to investigate that, but right now they're just having Class 1A and Class 1B fight each other, but they're getting a lot of focus on Froppy.
Froppy, I love Froppy.
Because Koei, he basically said this arc, everybody who never got a chance to shine throughout most of the series, who usually gets left in the background, is actually going to have more character development.
Yay!
Well, Froppy has got some development over the course of the series. In several,
I mean, like everybody, people like Aoyama, people who just generally are in the background, or he's finally said we're going to finally get to understand Toa Harakiri and what's up with her quirk, because out of everyone in Class A, hers is the only one that was never explained, and he said eventually he was going to get around to that.
Are you talking about Froppy or somebody else?
Oh, the Invisible Girl.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't know what.
The
weird thing about this girl, we have no idea what she looks like. Can she turn invisible?
Koei said eventually, because the reason why he barely brings her up because he's waiting for a right opportunity to go in depth about what her quirk can actually do.
Okay.
And there'll be sometime during this.
Yeah. And the past couple chapters, he's had Froppy do strange things like. In the previous chapter before this one came out, he had to act like Spider-Man by crawling on walls. And then this chapter, he acts like Naruto, where she can make copies of herself with her skin.
No, wait.
Have you
read Vigilante?
I've read the first book for it.
Yeah, because that takes place, I think they said, like 4 or 5 years. I know because Deku and all of them are still in, I think they're in 7th grade when they took place, because I know it took place a few years before, because Knuckle Duster, he's the reason why Stain face is beaten in.
Oh yeah, Stain.
Yeah,
the hero killer who's still occasionally brought up in the series.
Yeah,
because
the guy
really.
monster.
Yeah, the guy from Vigilante. He's the reason why Stain looks the way he is now.
Yeah, and I know in the recent episode they aired, they pretty much made Gang Orca a badass.
I'm sorry, it does sound like the King Orca, but King Orca was crazy.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised Deku knew exactly who he is, because he knows who all the superheroes are.
Yep, he is all the heroes.
Well, okay. Well, I gotta go take care of my niece, so we could just sign off right here. Oh, also, there might be another Kingdom Hearts trailer coming.
Yes.
They said there's gonna we should get another one closer to the release date.
That can be a meeting. I can't. We can do 3.
But until then, you guys can do your outros while I go take care of my little niece.
All right, you can follow me. You can take one link on my on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter and Stardust and stuff. Then you go for you on comment at number 101. So you can another discussion on something.
It's always on something.
Yep.
There's never one set topic.
Yep.
And Nick?
Well, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, following Google Plus and Twitter. Today I uploaded part 2 of my review of Gintama. I'm not really sure when part 3 is come up. It would depend when I finish up season 3.
Yep. Oh, you've got a ways to go.
Yeah, the season's pretty long from what I can tell. Like either about 50 episodes or just barely over 50 episodes a piece. Like almost all of them except for 3 or 4.
Oh no, there's a running joke in the current season where they actually talk about the anime and how it goes on hiatus and all these other things.
Yeah, I know it's on hiatus about twice now.
Oh, when it goes on hiatus, it goes on hiatus. I mean, it goes on there for a long
I heard
time.
The first hiatus was 1 year.
Wow.
I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, I'm also curious though when they're going to do season